Welcome to the final table of this free roll on July 30th, 2018. It's the final table in a free roll, which means it was free to enter, and it started with 340 players as I open the lobby and show you. 7 left. I'm in 4th place according to that, unless it just changed. I'm going to fold the 8-2 offsuit out of position. I'm in good shape, good enough shape with my 92,000. There is a short stack I'm focusing on knocking out here with 31,000, if you can see the pointer, and another one here with 47,000. Half my stack possibly, and another shorter stack. I'm going to fold a queen 5 offsuit, and once again, I'm out of position. Not looking to get into any trouble here because the differences in payouts when you're at a final table is huge between first place and 7th or 8th. Let's say 7th, since there are 7 left now. 7th place only pays 85 cents. But again, it was free to enter. First place pays $5.62, but it's more about bragging rights and practice as far as I'm concerned. But you can always parlay that $5 into hundreds or thousands, even if you're a talented poker player. You could take the 5 to a $1 buy-in tournament with a $500 guarantee or $200 guarantee and make $50, $100. And so on and so forth. The best way to do it, I think, is to go with the lower limit games, so your downside is not too bad. And I'm just kind of talking while I'm playing. I have Jack 3 in the big blind, which is now $2,800, $2,800. The antes are $250 per player, and there's 7 left, as I mentioned. I'm going to check that Jack 3 offsuit. Again, I'm looking to stay out of trouble. The flop is no help, but I'll pause before betting anyway, just to possibly throw some fear into them. King 10 is out there. Maybe I did shake him up a little, but I'm not going to try to bluff 2 bigger stacks than me. I'll continue. Oh, I do have a 3 there, but I still will continue to check because they'll probably call me. And knowing these guys, are generally speaking, guys at free rolls will try to call. Now this guy here is the big stack for 2,800. It's tempting. I think I will call and then check the flop. Check the river, and he's going to bet big on it, big enough for me to fold. It looks like an $8,500 bet, so I'm going to get away from that. Probably shouldn't have called with the 3s, but I still have my 84 and change left. Now I'm in the small blind with a King 10 offsuit. Not a bad starting hand, but certainly not the best, maybe second best, which is the worst. So I'll go in easy again. I've got a gut shot here. Gut shot straight draw, that is. I'm going to check it after pausing substantially more than last hand, a few seconds, maybe a second. So I need a 8. No, I need a jack. Oh, that queen there I'll shied away from. Could possibly take this hand down with a little bet. I'm going to go minimum and see if I could steal it with a minimum bet. The pot is $12,950, and I bet the minimum $2,800. Hopefully they thought this is difficult because now there's 2 pair I have to represent to an extent and hope my king high holds up. But there's 2 pairs out there. If he's got the 7 or the queen, he's calling. He didn't have either. He called with the ace, which I figured he had, and sure enough, he took down that pot. That's one of the problems of taking on a bigger stack, is they usually will call, or let's put it this way, have more of a propensity to call. They're in more hands than a guy that's short stack, let's put it that way. Short stacks waiting for the right moment where the big stack is trying to take the short stack's money. I'm going to fold a 3-10 offsuit, and on we move to the next hand. Still in decent shape with my 77. My thoughts are, at this point, I just need a hand, a good hand, or even a double up to be in much better shape. I'm going to fold a King 8 offsuit. not really out of position, but up against a big stack in the small blind who just raised, so I saved some money there. I wouldn't have wanted to go up against him much further with the 77,000 I have left. I'm trying to conserve that, so when I do take a shot, it's going to be a big hit for anyone that might call, or an all-in for the shorter stacks. So I'm trying to play tight, trying to hold on to that money, as they say. Right now we got big against short. Short stack 43,000 is now up against a $12,000 bet, almost 13 I should say, $25,000 pot. And again, the big stack just rolled right over him with a big size bet, which is what they often do. I'm not one to say I'm not guilty of doing the same darn thing, because after all, that is a big part of this game. It is a bullying game. As sad as that may sound, that's a big part of the game. So I'm going to fold this Jack 3 suited and still play tight and try to move up at least a couple more seats here, get to the final 3 at worst, I'm hoping, and possibly even take this one down with a first place finish. That was a battle of 2 short stacks taken by ace high pretty much. It was ace 3 suited. King 9 out of position. Too bad they're suited. They look so pretty, folks, but big part of this game is having the patience and ability to fold and fold and fold. It's actually quite boring, but if you're into it and really enjoy playing, perhaps love the game, it's a good way to pass time and possibly even make some money. That's a nice part of this game, is that you can make money if you become good at it, or even perhaps great one day. There is money to be made folding a King 4 offsuit out of position. It's one of the things I always liked about online poker versus playing video games, although now I guess you can make money in video games too, playing big tournaments, although I don't think it's yet as big as poker is or has been for many years now, regarded as a big money sporting event. I don't want to come out and say sport per se, but really, truly it is, in the sense that if you're playing a big tournament with long hours involved, you do need to be in shape. Let me say, you do need to be in shape. I'm going to fold against a big stack. My King Rag, King Deuce, that is, offsuit once again. I'm just going to stay out of his way, and that's the way to do it in my experience. I've gotten into so much trouble over the years trying to be the little guy with the attitude, trying to take on the big guy, and time after time learn that that's a good way to get knocked out of tournaments. It's better to focus on the short stacks like right now. So you'll be interested to see if this guy does not raise right now, which he did. I probably would have called with that 3-6 offsuit if it was only going to cost me $1,500 to see a flop. Okay, and the reason is, obviously there was so much money in there and so much potential to be made. If I would have flopped 2 3s or 2 6s, or even perhaps a straight, I could have made a lot of money off that hand. So crazy as that seems, sometimes the worst hands turn out to be the best ones for making money. The nice thing about that is people do not expect you to have the 3-6, and perhaps they'll call you with a 2-pair when you have a 3 of a kind or a straight. Okay, I'm King 5 suited, getting a lot of kings, but I'm folding up against a bigger stack. Cost me nothing to fold, folks, except for the ante. I know there was someone thinking, oh, it cost you the ante, and yes, it did, folks, but that's $300, a price I'm willing to pay to stay alive, and that is the name of the game. It's survival, folks. This is outright war. It's outright survival. King 10, another king out of position as far as I'm concerned, and a raise. So I'm going to put the razor on King Queen, Ace King, even Ace Jack. Either way, I'm behind with the King 10. If he's got pocket kings, I'm way behind. If he's got pocket 10s, I'm way behind. He folded to a bigger bet. He folded to a raise from a small stack. That's interesting. Good information. Now here's a hand I need to play really, but I'm a little short. I'll just min raise since I'm a little short. Hope to take it down with a min raise, but that's going to be doubtful. I do get a raise, a re-raise, I should say, to all in from the very short stack, who I can afford to go up against, and probably will if it's one-on-one, but maybe not. Let's see what happens. Always see what the other guys do. Everyone folded, 12,000 to call. I guess I have to with the pot odds and all things being considered. I can afford the hit. He's got Queen Jack. I'm way ahead. Hit my ace. Looks like I'm going to take this down. Let's see. He gets lucky and hits a 10, but he did not. So this one will be mine, and we're down to 6, folks. And that will help to boost my chip size to 95,000 and change, and I'm auto folding that 10-6 off suit. Somebody just made a comment in the chat. I can look it up in the chat here. It says that bucket is gone, it looks like. It's fun sometimes too as you're playing and bored because you're folding so much. If you're playing right, it's fun sometimes to look at the chat. But you can't let players get to you if they're talking garbage. That's something you can't do. Or you can do it, I guess. I've done it. I do it. You just can't let it affect your play. Yeah, that's all. You can't let it affect your play. Sometimes I don't even read it if I'm in a foul mood. All right, moving right along. Looks like we've got 6 left, as I said. Looking for shorts. That's my strategy. We got this guy here and this guy here at the bottom. Both have around $55,000. One's got 57, actually. The other around 53. Looks like I'm in a solid third place right now with another shorter stack of 80 sitting over here. We take a break at this point and get back to the action after we see the winner of this hand. The short stack's raising the big stack. And let's see if the big stack folds. No, he goes all in. This could be fireworks, folks. What are we looking at? It's a full house from the big stack, and we got another one gone. It's a good thing I didn't go to break. So we're down to 5. I'm in the big blind with that being 3,000 right now. Ace 10, not a bad hand. Big stack might want to look me up on that. He's thinking about it. He folds, and I'm going to show him. Good fold, buddy. Good fold, because I like the money. I took down a free few thousand. I took down the 1,500 small he gave to me by folding, and the antes, which I guess were 1,500. There they are right there. So that was nice, and I didn't have to give away my 3,000 I was in for the big blind. Now here's a hand I'd love to see a flop on at least. I'm gonna just call though, and I'm checking, and this may seem real tight to you, but he could have 2-3, he could have 9. I have nothing. This may look strange to you too, but I'm checking. And the main reason is because he's got the big stack, and I still have nothing. I have overcards. So I'll gracefully lay it down. I lost 3,000 on that, and I'm perfectly fine with that. Now, a shorter stack is in the big blind for 3,000, but he still has